In the previous video, you have learnt about the working of battery and about Ohm's law, Nana. Today, we are going to learn about resistance. Same lesson, 10th class, physics, lesson number 9, electricity. So, now, today we are going to learn about resistance, as I told you. Now, what is resistance? Resistance is a property of a conductor. It is one of the quality, you can say, quality of a conductor which opposes electric current. The material which offers resistance to the motion of electrons is called resistor. The material which offers resistance to the motion of electrons is called resistor. Means the material which offers resistance here, which allows the electrons to oppose the electric current, is called resistor, Nana. When a conductor is connected to the battery, the free electrons start moving with a drift speed in a specified direction. We have told you this previously also. Now, during the motion, the electrons collide with positive ions of the lattice and come to a halt. We have told you last time, two positive ions, they collide with each other and they come to a halt. And this means that they lose the mechanical energy in the form of heat. This means that they lose mechanical energy in the form of heat. Due to the electric field that was set up by the battery through the conductor, these electrons again regain the energy from the field and produce to move till the battery completely comes to a halt. బ్యాటరీ పనిచేసేంత వరకు ఈ ప్రాసెస్ అన్నది కంటిన్యూషన్ గా జరుగుతుంటుంది. అవి కొలైడ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి, మెకానికల్ ఎనర్జీ లూజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి, మళ్ళీ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ సెటప్ వల్ల మళ్ళీ అవన్నీ మళ్ళీ రీగైన్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ ప్రొసీడ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో ద మోషన్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇస్ అబ్స్ట్రక్టెడ్ బై ద లాటిస్ ions. The obstruction offered to the flow of electrons in lattice ions depends upon the nature of material. Of what? Material of the conductor. Okay. So this is called resistance, Nana. Now you see this image, Nana. These two guys went and tried to touch something which is electrically connected and it gave them a electric shock. Okay. See. Suddenly when even in your house also sometimes you get these electric shocks, right? Now let us assume the human body is a resistor, Nana. Human body is a resistor. The resistance of human body generally varies from 100 ohms. See, for resistance, what is the unit, Nana? Ohm, no? So 100 ohms. So if the body is wet with salt, then it is 100 ohms. Then if the body skin is very much dry, then it can go up till 5 lakh ohms. So let us calculate the amount of current that flows through the human body. Let us assume that you have touched two electrodes of a battery of 24 volts, Nana, with dry fingers in such a way that the circuit is complete. Now let your body's resistance be 1 lakh for 1 lakh ohms. Okay. Then the current flowing through your body is given by I is equal to V by R. We have told you the last time the formula, no? I is equal to V by R. So here I is equal to 24 volts, no? Here the battery is 24 volts, right? And your body's resistance is 1 lakh ohms. So when we divide this, how much do you get? 0.00024 amperes. This is a very small current, very small. You don't even know that it has passed you. So when such small current passes through the human body, it does not affect the various functions of the functioning of organs inside the body. కొన్నిసార్లు ఏంటంటే 24 volt బ్యాటరీతో మనం ఇది కనెక్ట్ చేసాం కాబట్టి 24 volts అని తీసుకున్నాం. సో when this current is so small, then it does not affect our various organs in our body. Sometimes they say, you hear in the news, no, electrocuted అయిపోయి the guy has died. So that happens when the voltage of the current is too high for the body to resist it. Okay. Now what happens to our body if we touch a live wire of 240 volts? Now here you have touched only 24 volts battery. So the current ampere is very minute. But if you touch a wire of 240 volts, what will happen? Let us see. Now what happens to our body if we touch a live wire of 240 volts? First let us calculate the ampere of the current that we are going to receive. Okay. The current passing through our body when we touch a live wire of 240 volts is given by I is equal to 240. Resistance we have taken the same 1 lakh resistance, 1 lakh ohm resistance and manam teeskundam. Then it is 0.0024 ampere. 0.00024 ampere 24 volt battery ki. Ikkada 0.0024 ampere because it is a 240 volt wire. When this quantity of current flows through the body, the functioning of organs inside the body gets disturbed. The disturbance inside the body is felt as the electric shock. If the current flows continuously further, it damages the tissue of the body, which leads to decrease in the resistance of the body. Actually, our body is a resistor, but ఒక mild current వరకు అది రెసిస్ట్ చేయగలదు. సివియర్ కరెంట్ మన బాడీలోకి పాస్ అయింది అనుకోమ్మా, మన బాడీ దాన్ని రెసిస్ట్ చేయలేదు, ద రెసిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గిపోతుంది. ఓకే, సో అసలు మన బాడీ ఎంత యాంపియర్ అయితే రెసిస్ట్ చేయగలదు, అసలు వాటి క్యాల్కులేషన్స్ ఏంటి చూద్దాం. ఇప్పుడు కరెంట్ ఇన్ యాంపియర్ అమ్మా, ఇది దిస్ ఇస్ కరెంట్ ఇన్ యాంపియర్. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు 0.001 యాంపియర్ అనుకో, కొంచెం తెలుసు, జస్ట్ మైల్డ్ గా సురుక్ అంటది అనమాట. ఓకే, 0.005 అనుకో, చెయ్యి లాగేయటం జరుగుతుంది. మనం గబుక్మని కొన్నిసార్లు సమ్ టైమ్స్ వాట్ యూ పీపుల్ డూ వెన్ యు ఆర్ పుట్టింగ్ సమ్ ప్లగ్, టీవీ ప్లగ్ ఆర్ ఐరన్ మిషన్ ప్లగ్, ఆర్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ వెన్ యూ కీప్ ప్లగ్ అండ్ యూ స్టార్ట్ టు డూ ఐరన్ and suddenly you touch your iron box with wet hands, then you get one shock. So it is little painful. Okay, and if it is 0.010 ampere, then little muscle contractions will be done, means you will try to shake a little. Okay, koncham move avutaru. 0.015 anko, you start to shiver, ante baga vipareeతంగా jerks వస్తాయి బాడీలో. 0.070 వచ్చిందనుకో అమ్మా, హార్ట్ ఫెయిల్ అవ్వచ్చు, సీరియస్ డిస్ట్రప్షన్ అవ్వచ్చు. కొన్నిసార్లు అది మోర్ దాన్ 1 సెకండ్ అంత పవర్ మన బాడీలోకి వెళ్తే వీ మే డై. సో ఈ యాంపియర్స్ ఎప్పుడు మన బాడీలోకి, ఎంత యాంపియర్ మన బాడీ రెసిస్ట్ చేయగలదు? 1 వరకు రెసిస్ట్ చేయగలదు, 5 వరకు ఓకే, 10 వరకు కూడా ఓకే, బట్ 15 and 70 ఈజ్ వెరీ సీరియస్. సో ఇలా ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ, యాజ్ అండ్ యాజ్ ద ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ ఈజ్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్, the body is unable to give the sufficient resistance. It's not able to work as a good conductor. So why does that happen? Let us see further. Now, from the above discussion, we can conclude that an electric shock can be experienced when there is a potential difference existing between one part of the body and another part. We all know that. Before also we have explained to you. But when the current flows through human body, it chooses the path which offers low resistance. సాధారణంగా ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ ఎటు పాస్ అవుతుంది, ఎటైతే లో రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉంటుందో అటే ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ పాస్ అవుతుంది నాన్న. సో మన బాడీ లోపల ఉన్న ఆర్గాన్స్కి ఏంటంటే లో రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. ద రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎ బాడీ ఈజ్ నాట్ యూనిఫామ్ త్రూ అవుట్. మన బాడీ మొత్తం ఒకే యూనిఫామ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయదు. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ద స్కిన్ ఆఫర్స్ మోర్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ దాన్ ద ఆర్గన్స్ ఇన్సైడ్ ద బాడీ. మీన్స్ ద స్కిన్ ఈజ్ హ్యావింగ్ మోర్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ దాన్ ద ఇంటర్నల్ ఆర్గన్స్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ బాడీ. ఓకే, సో obviously where will the current go? As long as the current flow continues inside the body, the current and resistance of human bodies go to change inversely. Okay, now we say I is equal to V by R, right? We say I is equal to V by R. So whenever this current is increasing, this resistance will start to decrease, and obviously this electric current will start to ఇంక్రీజ్. ఈ రెసిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గుతున్న కొద్దీ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ఎక్కువ పాస్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ఎంతైతే ఎక్కువ పాస్ అవుతూ ఉంటుందో, పాస్ అయిన కొద్దీ లోపల ఉన్న ఇంటర్నల్ ఆర్గన్స్ అంత డ్యామేజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ షాక్ ఈజ్ కంబైన్డ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ అండ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ. అంటే ఇవి మూడు, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ఇది V, రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ R, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ I. దీస్ త్రీ ఆర్ ఇంటర్ రిలేటెడ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ షాక్. ఓకే, సో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ షాక్ అంటే ఏంటి? కంబైన్డ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ అండ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ. సో ఎప్పుడైతే మన బాడీలో కరెంట్ ఎక్కువ అవుతూ ఉంటుందో, మన బాడీలో రెసిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గుతూ ఉంటుంది. మన బాడీలో రెసిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గుతూ ఉన్న కొద్దీ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ పెరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? అవర్ ఇంటర్నల్ ఆర్గన్స్ గెట్ డ్యామేజ్డ్. ఓకే, సో యాజ్ ఐ హావ్ టోల్డ్ యూ ప్రయర్లీ ఆల్సో, పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఈజ్ వెరీ లో ఇన్ ద ఇంటర్నల్ ఆర్గన్స్. In the internal organs we have very low resistance, but we have very high resistance only on the skin. మనకి సాధారణంగా కరెంట్ షాక్ కొట్టేటప్పుడమ్మా, when we touch, స్కిన్ నంబ్ అయిపోతుంది. మనం whenever we get a shock, skin gets numbed, అంటే మొద్దు మారిపోతుంది అంటాం చూసారా. స్కిన్ becomes numb and the లోపల మజిల్ starts to show some spasms. లోపల ఉన్న మజిల్, నర్వ్స్, దో షో సమ్ స్పామ్స్. అంటే internal organs cannot take that current, but our skin can take it to some extent. So our skin is having a very high resistance capacity, but our internal organs are having very low resistance capacity. So I hope you have understood that why when electric shock happens, our internal organs get damaged rather than our external skin. Okay, ma? Now, priorly I told you that human body gets shocked and internal organs get damaged. ఒక చిన్న simple basic information I would like to give you. Many times you see birds flying on the electric wires, no nana? Birds fly on the electric wires. సో ఆ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వైర్ మీద అవి నుంచొని ఉంటాయి, కానీ ప్రతి ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వైర్ కింద ఇంకొక 2 వైర్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఆ 3 వైర్స్ కనెక్ట్ అయితే గానీ ఒక సర్క్యూట్ ఫామ్ అవ్వదు, కాబట్టి బర్డ్ ఆ పైన తీగ మీద నుంచున్న దానికి ఏం అవ్వదు. బట్ వన్స్ that one comes and falls on the middle one, on the middle wire, then it burns into ashes. So that is the reason why birds are happily sitting on the first wire of the electric wires which pass through our houses. Okay, now let us go for the next aspect, that is multimeter. What is multimeter? This is multimeter. What is this? This is multimeter. Now, a multimeter is an electronic measuring instrument that combines several measurement functions in one unit. మా చిన్నప్పుడు అయితే ఏం చేసేవారంటేనమ్మా, if they used to come to house, to repair any electric things, they used to bring 2 meters, voltmeter, ammeter. Both the meters they used to check the passing of the current and all. But now all this job is done by the single multimeter. That's why it is called multimeter, which combines several measurement functions in one unit. Okay, what is this? This is an electronic measurement instrument. Digital multimeter displays the measured values in numerals. Okay, here you can see the numbers. Multimeter has 3 parts. One is the display that has 4 digits ability to display negative sign and to display the 4 digits. Okay, so here this is the display. Okay, next you have selection knob. This is that selection knob. See this one that is rotating, that is selection knob. Allows the user to set the multimeter to read different functions such as milliamps kavala, current or voltage and resistance. We can read 3 measurements with this. Okay, next one is ports. Multimeter generally has 2 ports, this red port and this black port. See, he's changing the ports when they want to change the type of meter they are reading. That is, if they want to see voltage, they put it in one port. If they want to see in this port, see the red one that is moving, nana? See here you have different indications given. See here. So this is where the multimeter ports are of 2. They have 2 ports, nana. One is usually labeled as COM. This is that COM. See, this port is COM. This one doesn't move. This one will be here only. Okay, this is where black test lead is connected. The other one is labeled as MAV ohm port. Where the red lead is conventionally plugged in. See, this one is MAV ohm port where the red plug is connected anamata. Okay, so with these 2 ports and this display multimeter, we can calculate what when we calculate milliamps, we can calculate current, we can calculate the voltage, we can also calculate the resistance in the specific electric instrument. Okay, now let us see the various factors that affect the resistance of the material. What is the various factors that affect the resistance of material? Now this is a small connection, battery, okay, switch, ammeter, connecting wires, bulb. Okay, now temperature and resistance. This is the first factor what we are going to learn about, factors affecting the resistance of a material. What is the factor we are doing? Temperature. Measure the resistance of a bulb when it is in an open circuit using a multimeter. Ante you have given this connection. Okay, complete circuit meer chesaru. Chesi you don't switch on the bulb. You won't switch on the bulb, there won't be any electric current passing through it. Okay. And then when you check using the ammeter, you get a reading. And that reading you note it down in your notebook. Now current the circuit as shown in the given picture. Switch on the circuit. ఇందాక స్విచ్ ఆఫ్లో మీరు యామ్మీటర్తో మీరు నోట్ చేసుకున్నారు. మల్టీమీటర్ యూజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఎంత యామ్స్ కరెంట్ ఉంది, రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత ఉంది అన్నది నోట్ చేసుకున్నారు, రైట్? సో సిన్స్ ద స్విచ్ ఈజ్ ఆఫ్, there is no electric current passing through, you get one reading. For example, let us take as 1 amp. 1 ohm, sorry, 1 ohm. 1 ohm, okay? Since it is resistance, we have to take it as ohm. Now, when you switch on the current circuit, after a few minutes, you switch off the circuit and measure the same resistance of the bulb using multimeter, the same way as you have done before switching it on. You get at least some 3 amps or 3 ohms or 4 ohms. Why? Why does this difference come? The difference comes because there is the value of the resistance in the second instance is more than the resistance of the bulb in the open circuit. Why does this happen? When the bulb is connected in the circuit, a current is passed through it and bulb gets heated. Local tungsten wire and oka wire untundi kada nana, dani valla em avutundante the temperature, the bulb gets heated, means the temperature increases. When the temperature increases, this is responsible for the increase in the resistance of the bulb nana. Okay. So, hence the value of the resistance of a conductor depends on temperature for constant potential difference between the ends of the conductor. Okay. So, temperature పెరుగుతున్నప్పుడల్లా resistance పెరుగుతుంది, temperature తక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు resistance తగ్గుతుంది. Okay. So, this is one of the factor that affects the resistance of a material. Now, nature of the material means ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్లో మనం దీన్ని టెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము, that we get to know which material is having how much resistance. Okay. So for example, collect different types of metal rods. One can be a copper aluminum rod, one can be an iron rod, one can be a copper rod, one can be an aluminum rod, one can be a iron rod. Okay. But they should be of the same length and same cross sectional area. అంటే క్రాస్ సెక్షన్ అంటే వెడల్పు ఒకటే ఉండాలి, అంటే 1 mm రాడ్ అంటే 3 1 mm రాడ్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే. సో నౌ యూ మేక్ దిస్ సర్క్యూట్ యాజ్ షోన్ ఇన్ ద ఫిగర్. P and Q, ammeter, switch, battery. Okay. P and Q. Okay. Now you are going to connect P and Q are the free ends of the conducting wires. This is one conducting wire, this is one conducting wire. వీటి మధ్యలో మీరు ఆ రాడ్స్ పెడతారు. ఓకే. దీని మధ్యలో ఒక ఐరన్ రాడ్ పెట్టారు. ఐరన్ రాడ్ పెట్టినప్పుడు మీకు ఏమంటారు, యూ గెట్ when you switch on the circuit, you get different, measure the electric current using the ammeter connected to the circuit and record the value. First you keep an iron rod and you connect it to the multimeter and you record the value. Okay. Then again you put up a copper rod and do the same thing. Again you keep up a iron rod and you do the same thing. Then repeat this with all the other metal rods as I told you and measure the electric current in each case. Measure the electric current in each case. The values of current are different for different metal rods for constant potential difference. Constant potential difference అంటే బ్యాటరీ ఒకటే, బ్యాటరీ మారదు. ఇక్కడ మెటల్ మారినప్పుడల్లా బ్యాటరీ మార్చడానికి వీల్లేదు, బ్యాటరీ మస్ట్ బి ద సేమ్. ఓకే. సో ద పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ విల్ బి కాన్స్టెంట్. బట్ వాట్ వీ గెట్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ రాడ్ there is a different electric current, there is a different I value for every different metal or different rod, but the potential difference is constant amma, it does not change. 24 volts battery anko prati rod ki 24 volts battery vaartam. Current we are using current rod, so why can't we use 50 volts battery? No, then that will be a different scenario. Here 24 volts battery for 3 current rods we are giving. Okay. So the first factor was temperature, nana. Second factor is the nature, means whether it is copper, aluminum or iron. Okay. Now the third factor is length of the material. Okay. Same circuit, Nana. Collect iron spokes of different lengths with same cross section area. అంటే 1 mm rod undali. But one can be 10 centimeters length, one can be 20 centimeters length, one can be 5 centimeters length, one can be 25 centimeters length. Okay. Make a circuit as shown in the figure. Connect one iron spoke, say 10 centimeters between P and Q, and switch the circuit on. Measure the value of the current using ammeter connected to the circuit and note the values. Repeat this procedure with a 5 centimeter length. Again repeat it with 20 centimeter length. Okay. And note the corresponding value of the currents. And we notice that the current decreases with the increase in the length of the spoke. I decreases with the increase in the length of the spoke. Okay. The resistance of each spoke increases in the length of a constant potential difference. అంటే రాడ్ పెద్ద సైజ్ అనుకోమ్మా, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ తగ్గిపోతుంది. రాడ్ చిన్న సైజ్ అనుకో, నీకు ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. సింపుల్గా చెప్పాలంటే, మీకు అర్థమయ్యే భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే, గోధుమ పిండి ఉంది కదా, గోధుమ పిండితో చిన్న బాల్తో చేశారనుకోండి, చిన్న చపాతీ అవుతుంది. పెద్ద బాల్తో చేస్తే పెద్ద చపాతీ అవుతుంది. అవునా? పెద్ద చపాతీ అవ్వటానికి పెద్ద బాల్ కావాలి. సో పెద్దదైన కొద్దీ రెసిస్టెన్స్ పెరుగుతుంది, చిన్నదైన కొద్దీ రెసిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గుతుంది. రెసిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గినప్పుడు కరెంట్ పెరుగుతుంది, రెసిస్టెన్స్ పెరిగినప్పుడు కరెంట్ తగ్గుతుంది. సో సింపుల్ వే టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్. విత్ దిస్ యాక్టివిటీ we can conclude that the resistance R of a conductor is directly proportional to its length. R is directly proportional to length for a constant potential difference. Potential difference మళ్ళీ కాన్స్టెంట్ అమ్మా, 24 volts బ్యాటరీ. అది ప్రతి సెంటీమీటర్ లెంత్ పెరిగిన కొద్ది బ్యాటరీ పెంచకూడదు. ఓకే. సో పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఈస్ కాన్స్టెంట్. ఓకే. సో ఫర్ కాన్స్టెంట్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ R is inversely proportional to I. టెంపరేచర్ కాన్స్టెంట్గా ఉండాలి, టెంపరేచర్ పెరగకూడదు. అంటే ఎక్కువ టైం పెట్టకూడదు. మళ్ళీ కాస్త సేమ్ 1 minute టైంలో 10 centimeters కరెంట్ రీడింగ్ నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి. 5 centimeters కూడా 1 minute నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి. 15 centimeters కూడా 1 minute నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి. 20 centimeters కూడా 1 minute నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అంటే కాన్స్టెంట్ టెంపరేచర్, కాన్స్టెంట్ టైం. టైం పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ టెంపరేచర్ పెరుగుతుంది కదా. సో యూ షుడ్ నాట్ లెట్ ద temperature increase, and you should not even there should be of same rod. cross section area కూడా సేమ్ ఉండాలి. అంటే వెడల్పు ఒకటే ఉండాలి, లెంత్ ఒకటే తగ్గుతుంది. రాడ్ వెడల్పు ఒకటే ఉండాలి. length can increase, variations can be in length but not in the width of the rod. This is the condition. Okay. With this condition, what do you get to know? That as and as the length of the rod increases, the electric current decreases, and as the length of the rod decreases, the electric current increases. Okay. Now let us see another scenario, Nana. Priorly you have seen different types of rods. Next you have seen different lengths of rods. Okay. Now here you are going to see different sizes of rods. Ante length will be same, width will be increasing. Means it can be 1 mm rod, 2 mm rod, 3 mm rod, 4 mm rod. అంటే పెన్ ఉంటుంది కదా నాన్న, వెడల్పు కాదు, పెన్ను మందం ఉంటుంది. మందం విత్ ఇస్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్. ఓకే. సో when this increases, what happens? Here collect few iron rods of same equal length. All must be 10 centimeters rods. Okay. And their width must be different. One will be 1 mm, one will be 2 mm, one will be 3 mm, one will be 4 mm. Now slowly you start connecting each rod to P and Q and start noting the circuit on the circuit and start noting the current value using ammeter. Okay. When you see with all these things, you notice that the current flowing through the rod increases with increase in cross sectional area. అంటే వెడల్పు పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ కరెంట్ ఫ్లో పెరుగుతుంది. ఇందాక అక్కడ ఏమైందమ్మా, లెంత్ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ కరెంట్ వాల్యూ తగ్గింది, లెంత్ తగ్గుతున్న కొద్దీ కరెంట్ వాల్యూ పెరిగింది. ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, లెంత్ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ కూడా కరెంట్ వాల్యూ కూడా పెరుగుతుంది, లెంత్ తగ్గుతున్న కొద్దీ కూడా కరెంట్ వాల్యూ తగ్గుతుంది. ఓకే, అక్కడ ఆపోజిట్ జరిగింది. లెంత్ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ కరెంట్ వాల్యూ తగ్గింది, ఇక్కడ లెంత్ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ కరెంట్ వాల్యూ పెరుగుతుంది. హెన్స్ ద రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ రాడ్ decreases with the increase in the cross section area of the rod, అంటే the width of the rod. As and as the width of the rod increases, the resistance of the rod decreases. Okay, so from the above activity you get to know that resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to its cross section. That is, R is inversely proportional to L 1 by A. A ante area. R is inversely proportional to directly proportional to 1 by A. Here also there are the conditions, Nana. Constant temperature and length of the conductor. All the rods must be of the same length, but only cross section area will differ. Okay, R is directly inversely proportional to 1 by A. So R is directly proportional to 1 by A, Nana. Okay, so this is what we come to a conclusion with this experiment. Now let us go for the next point. Now this is a very important equation, Nana. R is equal to rho L by A. It is a compulsory 2 marks question, Amma. In your 10th class examinations, it is a compulsory 2 marks question. R is equal to rho L by A. Now what is this? Let us see. At a constant temperature, the resistance of a conductor depends on the length of a conductor, area of cross section of conductor, and nature of material. This is what we have explained to you till now. Okay, now the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to its length L. Okay, in the second one I told you. In the second example we told you. Third example we told you. Right? And R, resistance of a conductor, is inversely proportional to its area of cross section A. That we have told you in the previous example. Okay, so R is directly proportional to 1 by A, or we can say R is inversely proportional to A. Okay, combining the above two factors, we get R is directly proportional to L by A is equal to R is equal to rho L by A. So R is directly proportional to L by A, Nana. So obviously ikkada L. So R is resistance, L is length, and A is cross section area. Okay, now this is directly proportional. Okay, now when we remove this constant, then we are supposed to compulsory fill it with one other constant, that is called P, rho. That P symbol is rho. Okay, so R is equal to rho L by A. R is equal to rho L by A. See, previously what did I write? R is directly proportional to L by A. So that directly proportional symbol is being removed and this rho is being added there. So R is equal to rho L by A. And here rho is proportionality constant is a specific resistance. Rho is a proportionality constant, and it is called as specific resistance or resistivity. This you will know in the further lessons, Nana. But till now you just have to know that rho means specific resistance. Okay, so with this we come to an end of today's topics. In the next video we are going to tell you more about specific resistance and different types of connections like parallel connection and all these connections we are going to explain to you in the next video. In this video, what did you know? You have known about resistance, with the nature of resistance, the factors of affecting the resistance, and you have had done few experiments regarding the electric. Sorry, you have done few experiments to calculate the various resistance of each and every material, and you have also learned about electric shock. Okay, Nana, and you have derived about R is equal to rho L by A. Okay, in the next video you are going to take up about specific resistance and various other connections, types of connections. Okay, Nana, have a nice day, stay home, stay safe, and since you are 10th class students, you will not be as lucky as this corona batch. You will have to write an exam bit late or before or in time, we don't know. So don't expect us to be back of you to study. You have to study for your own self. Understand? Because this is the mark list which you would be keeping in every interview as the first page of your introduction. And this is supposed to be a very, very effective introduction for your good career. Okay, Nana? So please be good children. Don't try to waste your time. And whenever you get time, you read the lessons in the textbook and read the materials and do your own homework. Do your own homework, Nana. Don't be dependent that teachers would give you some classwork or some homework. You have to do your own revision till the school starts. Okay, so please take this year of your life as the most crucial year in your education, because this is the starting stone of your beautiful career, Amma. You should have a beautiful career, and that will start with your 10th class mark list, Nana. So please, I beg you all, I want you all to be sincere when you are studying, because all 11 years you have been my children. This is the last year you are going to be my kids. So this last year, please, this one last year, you have listened to me all these 11 years, no? This one last year, I want you people to be most obedient and most sincere children of my school. Okay, Nana? Thank you very, very much. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe, and keep listening to your parents. Okay? Bye.